I love a thread of thoughts. Every time I hear them, I'm like, that is so freaking dope. Like, I would have never thought about that. Like, a thread of thoughts. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I just love that. I love that. Because it's like, it's not specific. It's not too nichey. You don't know what you're going to get. But you know it's going to be about, like, random thoughts. Or not random, but, like, just thoughts on your mind. I love that. That is such a creative and unique spin on a podcast name. I love that. It's so creative.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Thread of Thoughts podcast. I am your host, Tia. Today we are celebrating the 1 year anniversary of the Thread of Thoughts podcast. I know. I can't believe it either. Officially 1 year ago today, I released my first episode to this podcast and finally launched it and just all of the things, right? And that was sort of, I guess you could say, a trailer episode where I was just kind of like, hey guys, it's finally happening. We're getting started. This is, what the podcast is going to be about. This is the release schedule, all the things, right? And it's officially been a year. And I just cannot believe that I'm saying that. And I just really came on here to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who has supported my podcast, whether you've listened to a podcast episode for 30 seconds or the entire episode, whether you've shared it. I just want to thank you guys for rating it, reviewing it, engaging, just everything, because what's a podcast without its listeners? You know what I mean? I started this podcast as an outlet for myself and for others. I know for me personally, when I listen to podcasts, it's sort of an outlet for me, and it also helps me be a little bit more productive in a sense. So I just hope that, with this platform that I am able to create a safe space for everyone who listens. And I just want to be able to touch people in a helpful way, in a resourceful way, and in a positive way. And in a way that brings light and brings awareness to certain things. And as I mentioned before, I started this podcast because I just like to talk about my experiences, things that I've learned, and share them with you so you can either know how to go through things or go about things or just avoid it altogether. So yeah, I'm just so happy. I can't believe I made it to 1 year as a podcaster, honestly. And I've always had a passion for speaking, not publicly. Okay. Don't be putting me on the spot. Even though this is in a sense public speaking, but you guys can't really see my nonverbal cues and things like that. So I don't count this. Okay. I don't count this. So, but I've always had a passion for speaking. And I think some of you may know, I don't even know if I've mentioned it in my previous episodes, but I went to school for a short period of time for performance theater. I used to have a huge passion for theater and being an actress from 12 to about 18. It was all that I've wanted to do. I really, really, really wanted to become an actress, and yeah, I just kind of steered away from it. I, of course, had my moments where I was just self-conscious, and those moments grew more and more over time to where I just didn't think that I didn't think that I would be good for it. Just to, put it into simple terms, I didn't think I'd be good for acting. And to be quite honest, I have had moments where I was self-conscious with this podcast. Actually, I still do. I even came on here a little bit nervous today because I know that it's been a while since I recorded. And every time I get in front of the microphone, it feels so brand new to me. Every time I edit, it feels so brand new to me. But I just keep pushing. Also, speaking of, I haven't been on here in a while. And I think that, of course, it's only right to tell you guys why I haven't been on here in a while. but I won't go too in depth. I know I haven't released any episodes for the month of August, and I thought, hey, why not, while I have this free time, do this celebration episode. So I actually just started a new job mid-July, and it's been taking a lot out of me. I mean, a lot. It's been taking a lot out of me. It's been taking a lot of my energy. And anytime I get time or days to rest, I really, really want to make sure that I do that, because my mind and my body just needs to recharge. And I promise you guys, there's not a day that goes by where I don't think about my podcast. I definitely felt extremely bad for not releasing on the 1st and the 15th of this month. But as they say, you know, life be life, and that's what was going on. Okay. It is still, you know, I'm just out here trying to maintain, okay, as we all are. But I definitely don't ever go a day without thinking about my podcast. And when people say, what do you like to do for fun? Or, you know, what's some of your crafts, or what do you do? Like, the first thing that comes to my mind is, I'm a podcaster. I'm a podcaster, babes. You know what I mean? So thank you guys again for always just giving me grace, always hearing me out, always just supporting me. Okay, I'm going to leave it here because at this point I have nothing else to say. I am just genuinely expressing my appreciativeness. I believe that's a word. And again, be sure to follow, subscribe, and listen on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Okay. Be sure to do that. And also be sure to follow the podcast Instagram at Thread of Thoughts Pod. And we will talk soon.
Like, you're interesting. You have a dope ass personality. You're chill. You're copacetic. Like, you're funny. The experiences you share are relatable. I think it's time for the world to hear it, like, on a bigger scale.